Sorry. Next up, we have Debra Cronmiller from the League of Women Voters of Wisconsin.
Good morning, or almost afternoon, and thank you all for having this very important public hearing. I am Debra Cronmiller. I have the honor of serving as the Executive Director of the League of Women Voters of Wisconsin. For 101 years, the League has been defending democracy and empowering voters. The record turnout in November of 2020 presidential election showed the true power of voters and of the people. We fear the response from some politicians is to try to take away that power and to hold on to it for themselves. The gerrymandered maps of 2011 led to some very real and negative consequences for Wisconsin. Crucial programs and services are going unfunded, while some legislators are trying to divert our attention from topics that truly matter most to voters, such as transparent, fair, and representative government. The vast majority of voters want our legislators and this pandemic, through this pandemic, to be over. They want our legislators to approve fair maps. They want you to make health care affordable for all Wisconsinites. They want to ensure our kids can go safely to school. And they want to have a fair or have safe drinkable water. They want clean air to breathe, but instead, we are getting frivolous spending on partisan fishing expeditions. Today, we ask you, reject the maps that would only ensure another 10 years of hyperpartisanship, another 10 years of politics that empowers the elected and not the people. Voters in Wisconsin deserve to be heard, and we are saying, let us vote, listen to our needs, enact policies that reflect our will. The League has long advocated for good government policies. We support free, accessible, and secure elections. We seek a government that is transparent. We seek civil discourse that encourages compromise and compassion. We are here today to ask you, our elected officials, to hear our voices and to oppose the proposed maps. Restoring good government hinges on fair maps that are free from partisanship, compactness, competitiveness, demographic equity, proper apportionment. These are some of the signs of fairly drawn maps. Elected officials protected by gerrymandered maps do not have to represent the will of the people, and because of this, they represent parties and donors. The League has fought in this state and in our courts and in federal courts to eliminate these hyperpartisan maps and to ensure representative government. We will continue to fight for the basic right to vote and to have that vote count. Today, we ask you to end gerrymandering so that we, the people, get the policies we want and our communities get the resources they need to solve the real issues facing us all. Today, we ask you for fair maps. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Mr. Chair, and thank you for your testimony and all the great work that your organization does. Could you outline for us what was the process that your organization went through to come to this position? Was there debate in the organization? Was it purely a leadership decision, or can you tell us what the process was?
The League of Women Voters has rooted its positions in consensus of our members We have positions on most every policy item known to a legislature. The position that we use to support fair maps, and we have updated our position to actually be more explicit about fair maps themselves, but is based on representative government. We have long believed that every vote should count. Every person's vote should count. And that is the only way we get to be a representative government. And it was on the basis of that position that we began fighting years ago for fair maps. Nationwide, we have a initiative called the People Powered Fair Maps Initiative that Wisconsin is a strong part of. We, too, are a member of the Voting Rights Coalition in Wisconsin, a founding member. This does not come new to our organization. Without fairly drawn districts, each person's vote is not heard equally. Without each person's vote being heard equally, we are not a representative government. And the League of Women Voters, for 101 years, has indeed stood for that principle.
Well, thanks for coming today, and thanks for your testimony.
Thank you for being here today. I really appreciate that, and speaking for an organization I have a great respect for, as being very nonpartisan, bipartisan, and fair over the years.